Well, hi, everybody. Welcome
Hello,
back.
hello,
Yeah, welcome back.
hello.
I'm so happy to be back with Dr. Ann, coming to
Yay.
us from New
Thank you.
Zealand, and
Woohoo.
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't
It's
know
been a
what
while.
happens, Aley. It always seems something comes up and then it's like a 3 or 4 month stint and then I come back. Oh, I'm back. And then
No, but we were just talking backstage. You've been going through an awful lot of family issues and deaths in
yeah,
the family and so on, and
yeah.
that takes a lot of energy and
Mm,
healing time. So between
yeah, no
that and me
kidding.
and all my woes, I think this was scheduled for September or maybe early October, and I just kept moving
Hmm.
it forward. Then you got sick. I think you got
Yep.
sick at one point too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got really
Diana.
sick.
Diana's here. There she is.
Hi, Diana. Hi. Oh
You're
my gosh.
lurking.
Hello, hello. I miss you, babe.
I want to say
Anyway,
hi to
yeah.
Mickey Montoya. Nice to have you
Hello.
here. Anita's here, and Kelly's here.
Hi,
Charlie
Kelly.
and Mary Susan and Nat Milo down from
Hello.
Australia. Yeah, yeah,
Lovely. Good day,
yes,
mate.
yeah. Good day. That's right.
Good day.
Um, I know it. So,
So cool.
Dr. Ann has her doctorate in education. She works for a university in New Zealand, and she's
Yep.
also loves the woo.
Yay, the woo! Like the good energy club. See, my
There you
shirt's
go.
probably
There
backwards for
you
you.
go.
Good energy.
Yeah,
Good energy. Let's bring it
yeah,
on.
yep. Diana says your hair looks cute. It's all grown out, and she likes it.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks. And yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
grown
cute.
out. I just kind of got so caught up in having to go back and forth that I never got to my hairdresser. So it just kind of
I
happened.
haven't been for a long time either. No. And Mary came in from mowing leaves all day, and here you are. Perfect timing. Well, thank you.
Lovely. Mary,
Wonderful.
Mary, lovely to see
Wonderful.
you. Lovely to see you
Yeah.
all.
I know
That's
it's
great.
nice. So originally, Anne said, "Let's get together. I don't know what we'll talk about, but we'll just have fun." And
Exactly.
actually, that's exactly what we have to do today because I completely forgot that I moved it forward to this Saturday, which was perfect timing for you, though. So,
Yeah.
that,
I mean, I just happened to pull up my feed. I'm like, oh, I'm having a live
oh,
with Ellie
I'm gonna
today.
go, I
I
guess.
better email her. Click, 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 click. But it worked out perfectly because
Yeah, that's good.
we, as in spring, it's spring down here, so
Yeah.
we are working furiously to get our garden up to date
Oh,
for
sure.
summer, right?
Oh, yeah.
So all day yesterday was a massive day of working and gardening and stuff. So basically, my whole body's sore today.
Oh, I bet it is. And
But I was just like,
mine's sore
yeah,
for a different reason, but I'm I'm here. Mine was
yeah,
grading, and yeah,
yeah,
so
that'll do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Mm.
by the way, if anybody, Marina and I, we were supposed to go on last night, and we might go on tomorrow night at 5 if you're interested in that show, everybody. And Jeff and I were supposed to go on at 4 yesterday, but I just didn't feel good, so we'll reschedule that. But yeah, everybody, just a reminder about Pam Drinning coming on to Monday from 12 to 2 on a Zoom meeting. And I can give you the Zoom link. We're just asking for a small donation because she does an awful lot for us. And the information's on my um, page, my community page, if you're interested. Yes. Hi, Debbie Smith. I'm glad you would slip in. That's nice. And Donna Ortiz is here too again. Well, great. Thanks
Yay.
for following me over and being here on another show. So yeah, Dr. Ann did slip in something very nice in the time that since I have seen her.
Yes.
And I'll let her tell you where she went and why it's so fabulous.
Yes. Well, last minute, my husband and I, we've had such a difficult year. My mother passed earlier in the year, and then her sister recently, and a few other friends who are close passed. So we've just felt it deeply. So we're like, right, we're gonna book a holiday. So we booked a holiday from New Zealand to Fiji. So we went to
Yes.
Fiji a few weeks ago. And Fiji is like the equivalent of Hawaii for
Yeah.
Americans. It's like, except it's closer. So it's only like a 2 hour and 45-minute flight to Fiji from New Zealand from Auckland.
Oh, okay.
So it's super close, but gosh, as soon as you get out in customs and immigration, there's guys playing the ukulele, the ukuleles, right? And
Oh,
singing. You're already in customs and immigration, which is usually not a friendly place. And
right.
everyone's bula bula, bula vanaka, which means hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Um, so, and they don't just say, "Oh, hey, Bula." They're like, "Bula," you know, like it's like really full of energy, and the
Yeah.
positivity is catching and radiating from these people. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I love it. If I
Uh-huh.
could home with me and have you all around me for the rest of my life, I'd be happy." You know,
Sure.
it was
Sure.
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and it's a really fascinating country. Did you know
I
there's
bet.
an Fijian population? Because
Mm.
Fiji was a former UK colony, 1970s when they got their independence in Fiji.
Oh, that's all?
That's
Wow.
all. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
there's a massive so when the English came over, they brought all their helpers.
Right. Right.
Right, that basically indentured servants from that were Indian, from
Hmm.
East, you know,
Yeah.
India. So they ended up just staying there, and there's a massive Indian population on top of the traditional Fijian population, on top of whatever expats you've got. So really
Hmm.
fascinating. We went to the largest Hindu temple in the Southern Hemisphere there. It was amazing.
I
It was
love
so cool, the energy was off the charts, and the
that.
colors were vibrant, it was just painted, and it's
Yeah.
so electric with color and energy, it was amazing. So we
Oh.
did all that, and, you know, besides getting in the water, and so
Mhm.
Fiji is just a nation of islands, right? So what's common
Uh-huh.
is you go to kind of the main island or go to a resort, and then, like, it's called Danarau Island, which is man-made, which is part of the main island of
Uh-huh.
Fiji, and then you can go to the harbor called Danarau Harbor, and you grab little day trips to different islands. Well, we went on one that was out to Modoriki, which is where the movie Castaway was filmed with Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's not even inhabited by people, but the village that owns it runs the tours and they're locals and you
Yeah.
know, so it's like supporting the locals instead of a big and
Yeah.
then they took us also right across the way was the island where they filmed the TV show Survivor for the United States. So,
Oh,
so I'm in
wow.
there swimming with all these fish going, "Isn't this great?"
Uh-huh.
Oh, those poor people
Uh-huh.
having to survive on the fish here, you know,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
crazy. It was so yeah,
Mhm.
Bali would be amazing.
Bali's
Yeah, Bali
beautiful.
that's my next one I
Mhm.
wanna go
Yeah.
to, but that's a
Yeah.
little higher up. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I've decided I just need to make it a thing and explore the
Well, and
South
I did
Pacific.
that too with
Yeah.
the Hawaiian
Mhm.
Islands. I went to one and then
Yeah.
the next time I went to another one. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's just, you know, the warmth, it's just a different
Sure.
speed and
It is.
vibration to the
Oh,
place.
definitely. You're on island time. Yeah. You're on
Yeah.
island. Yeah.
But the
That's fun.
energy was
Was
just
beautiful,
so
huh?
positive and beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah, it was really amazing. Yeah.
That's
So I'm very
awesome.
grateful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we've got some folks. I share spirits on her way to work, so she's listening in the car.
Okay.
Hello, and hello to Donna Marie, who's in the car. Barbara
Hey.
Hartlove, Kim Red Dragon, and hello Garnet, coming in from the
Yay.
UK. Yay! I think I said
Yay.
hello
Hi.
to everybody, but if I didn't, I appreciate you all being here. And there's artist Liz. Nice to
Hi,
see you,
artist
dear.
Liz. Nice to
Yeah.
see you.
Well, that
Yes.
sounds fabulous.
It was.
That's the way I feel about Maui, but Maui is much more, touristy and all that stuff. But I
Well,
still love,
every place has
yeah,
its own energy. I mean, I've been
yeah,
fortunate to go to Maui and Oahu,
mhm, yeah,
many years ago before I ended up down here in the South
mhm,
Pacific. I didn't realize
mhm,
too that it's really where I live, it's subtropical, whereas if you go up further, it's tropical. So it's a
yeah.
little bit warmer. The water's warmer. You get different animals in the water.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so
how about the
it's
food?
really,
How
really
was the
cool.
food? Was it good?
Oh, to
Seafood
die
mostly?
for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and when with that one tour that we went down to that Modoriki, they have a different
Uh-huh.
bow set for Fiji. And anyway, that island, they brought us traditional barbecue, Fijian barbecue. So it was like this, and what they do is they heat up stones. It's called
Uh-huh.
a loho, I think. Forgive me if anybody speaks Fijian here. I got it wrong. But basically, they heat up stones and cook with hot stones that way.
Uh-huh.
And we like you wouldn't believe it tasted so good. It was taro root leaves that
Oh,
were barbecued and smoked, and it tasted like this beautiful smoked, yummy spinach with and then they put coconut water and coconut everything coconut you can
oh,
imagine and
sure.
stuff.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just
Awesome.
delicious.
That's
It was
awesome.
so good. Oh,
Yeah.
and of course, pink, coconut water out of a coconut because I could. We went
Right.
to this local market and, the guy and they're just holding a coconut with one hand and taking these really big, like,
Straws.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,"
yeah, to cut it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, "Oh my god," I couldn't look.
Uh,
It was
I'd be afraid I'd slice my arm right off.
yeah, I reckon, but it's just, what they do, and it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
it was just amazing. I was just so grateful.
Wow.
So,
That's
anyway.
awesome. Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
like
you need
you're
to go,
my kind of
Annie's.
place too, Anita. Yeah, I'd love to
Yeah.
go there. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go for
Yeah.
sure, and it's really great with the US dollar. Fijian dollar is almost just a little less value than the Kiwi dollar, so it's
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah,
And they
and the
speak English.
Australian dollar is a
Yeah.
little bit better than the Kiwi dollar, but, for you guys
Mhm.
to come out to the Southern Hemisphere with the US dollar, it's really good. So,
Yeah. At
mm,
least right now it
yeah,
is.
at least right now, yeah, things change, but, you gotta go for the experience. You wouldn't let that stop you, right? You just go
Right.
anyway.
That's right. So, Mary, any
Mm,
thoughts on Trump and Bob? Of course, everybody, if you don't know, the
mm.
files were released the other day that said that Donald Trump basically worked on Bubba, if you know what I mean. And Bubba is Bill Clinton. And now he wants to open the Epstein files to get all the Democrats, but leave all the Republicans alone. Oh, my Lord. My Lord. Yeah.
I think
It's
there's
crazy.
just a perfect example of
Yeah.
dementia slash some kind of mental health thing
Oh, yeah.
unfolding before our
There's a
eyes.
lot
But
more
I'm
than
not a
that.
medical professional,
Yeah, I know.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot more than what meets the eye. I think we would apparently it was said that FBI agents, when they were working on Epstein's stuff that they got so traumatized they had to
Mm.
talk to people after reading some of this stuff and seeing videos of young children being, yeah, and yeah, it was so bad that even hardened people that work in law couldn't handle what they saw and what they read.
They need to make that known publicly, but they're gonna have to put some kind of warning and get kids shuffled out of the room when those news reports come through because we're traumatizing in public generations of young
Oh,
adults
absolutely.
and
That
adults,
that
right?
and the stuff that was behind the scenes and the
Yeah.
things that were found
But it
were,
needs to be, we have to highlight it because then we know not to make those mistakes again or allow things like that to
yeah,
happen and vet
yeah,
more, like check backgrounds more and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
I would agree.
yeah.
That's horrific.
Word on the political streets is that he worked on Roy Cohn in the 80s, and Mr. P has that info over there. Yes, I agree. Totally agree. And Roy Cohn was gay. He didn't say he
Mm.
was gay, but, and also, uh, bantering, fishing, wonder if Trump was gay. Nothing happened like that. Well, I think he was experimental. Let's put it that way, at the very least. And
Mm.
a lot of these guys are, including the Mike Johnson, who had a Grinder account, and so the hypocrisy is blatant.
Astounding.
Is blatant. It's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah, it's
It
awful.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and remember, it doesn't mean it's not a binary experience for a lot of people. If you take those
right.
classes at university, it's a spectrum depending on where people are. And
Hmm.
of course,
Hmm.
and it's not permanent. People move along that spectrum with their choices in life, which is fine.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know why people get, yeah, but
Yep.
anyway. Mm.
It's funny, not funny, haha, but I remember telling my son
Odd.
something, and
Yeah.
my son is in his 40s. And he said, Mom, it isn't about any of that little shit. Don't even let any of that little shit matter to you. Because number one, of course, I'm not against gay people or
No.
bisexuals or any of that. People are people, they can be whatever they want. But it's the hypocrisy. And he says, you just don't even know where to begin. He said everything is a distraction. Everything.
Yep.
It's
I
all
would
it is.
agree with that
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Mm,
the issue, is it? We just need to find out what's
yeah. We just need
yeah.
to. And you're sure lots of drugs. Remember the decades. Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
drugs. It's funny. If you get a chance and you like Eddie Murphy, he's on Netflix.
Oh, I just started watching that yesterday. That's
Oh,
so
my
funny you're
God.
saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy, but what really I don't want to blow any of the fun for you, but he never took drugs. He never smoked. He never drank. None of that. And he said he smoked his first joint at 30, but nothing else.
Wow.
He was in rooms
Yeah.
full of people with rooms full of drugs and never did
Yeah.
that. And I thought to myself, so it isn't everybody. You see, you
Yeah,
can be that,
exactly.
yeah, you can be that strong person, but
And it shows we think we know people when they're on the camera, but we don't.
no. And actually, I really
Yeah.
admired him more and more. I always loved Eddie Murphy, and yeah, if you get a
Oh,
chance
he's
to watch it,
fantastic.
it's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, no, I'm in the
documentary.
middle of it. I think I
Good.
went to bed. I was so tired last night.
No, that's I understand.
I committed to
thought-
this movie. I'm like, oh, I can't commit. I gotta
I
go.
know. Well, I had watched the John Candy one, and of course, I've watched others that have been out that are documentaries because they're
Oh,
doing
neat.
all our people, my people now are getting
Yeah.
interviewed.
Yeah.
But when I saw this one, I thought, God, I've laughed so many times at his faces and what he
Yeah.
does and everything. He's
Yeah,
wonderful.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I did manage to squeak in, actually, which is very unusual for me. I made a decision that I have all these books in my house, and I was waiting to find time to read them. And I made the decision I'll never have time to read them because I never make time to read them. So I have to make time to read them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was so enamored with wanting to read this story that I'll show you in a minute.
Oh,
And
cool.
I'm glad I did, but it was disturbing.
Oh my gosh, no way. Aley, guess what I have on my Kindle that I've been reading?
Okay,
That
you've been
same
reading
one.
it then. Okay.
And I also bought the one about the formerly known as Prince Andrew's book entitled because they're yes! No way! I've
I'm
been
almost
reading
done.
those.
I'm almost done with this. It wasn't
minds, right?
This one's not as well written. I don't think somebody didn't like edit it or something, but it's okay. I can read it.
It's kind
no
of a
big
stream
deal.
of consciousness writing. It's kind of like a really kind of boring story narrative, but it gives you an idea of kind of how he got to where he is.
Oh my God. And her.
Yeah. It's like, what kind of planet are these people from? Yeah. It's just a weird. And then somehow the way the system works is they give importance and credence to these people that are totally not even normal people.
Yeah. No. And the amount of entitlement and as the title goes. But so you're halfway between this and you started this one too?
I'm doing both. I'm switching between both because I found Virginia's book so freaking heavy. But really illuminating. So I'm grateful that it's dispelling a lot of my ignorance on the topic because I didn't really realize how nefarious that world
the thing that really
I mean, I knew, but I didn't really want to know because it's
and,
me, but now I know. Yeah.
I mean, the things that happened to her before he got a hold of her were bad enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But her brother, who she calls Skydie, he's the one that advocates, he and his wife advocate for her, and we're at the Capitol talking about releasing the files. And they were really incensed Thursday because what happened was when they released some of those emails in Jeffrey's stuff, there was what do they call it? Retracted name. And it says that DJT met with this person at Jeffrey's house for hours. And it went on. And then it said it was her. But she doesn't say anything about that in here. But did she really kill herself?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. As soon as I really understood from reading these accounts how intertwined those two are / were, it's easy when you're that powerful in that office of the president to have control over things that are not they're not going to be known about by the public, right? So for sure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering that myself.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many others. Himself, Epstein, Ivana Trump. I mean, there's just a whole host of people.
Why do people in his orbit, and then why do all those like oligarchs find balconies other places?
I don't know. You're right. Yeah. Oh, hi, Teacher Barb. Yes, Teacher
Barb.
Teacher Barb just lost her father. And I want to send my condolences to her and her family. He just passed this
I'm
week.
sorry.
And that's a
Sorry.
really hard loss. Anne lost her mother recently, and it's very hard. So
Yeah.
much love to you, Barb. Much love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot more questions than we have answers. And Anya's here. Hi, Anya. Thanks for coming
Hi,
in.
Anya.
A close friend said she was listening to the book while driving and had to turn it off because it was getting to be too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is
agree.
not
It's
light
intense.
reading. Yeah, it isn't. But every single thing that was in there needed to be said, is the way I look at it. It's like, don't let these people off the hook. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. It is good to know what the background is, and also the same thing. You're right, Liz. I wonder if she really did. I don't know if I could say, well, neither do we, because I tell you why. There was a situation, and I remember this. It isn't in the book, though, I don't think, where they said that she got in a really bad car accident and she was going to die within the week or something like that. And I thought, who knows when you go, how do they know that? You know, like you're either going to die, but no. And they said, and they showed a picture of her and she was all bruised and everything. And so I'm reading the book and I see that she was in an accident, but, you know, and then she talks about her body starts breaking down, as you would imagine when you're holding in all that crap for all that. And she says at one point that she has a woman or a person that comes in to take care of her because she's all alone. She's all alone, and her husband's gone, and her kids are with him or something like that. So it could be that she just made the decision, I'm ready to go because I feel like shit. Now it's never going to get any better. But I don't really get full clarity on that. I just don't get it. And I'm
And it could be, you know, people get visitors too, right, to their
They
rooms,
do.
aside
They
from medical support people, and you just got to wonder if it's really that kind of threatening to the halls of power,
Right.
you know,
Right. Yeah,
who's
it
at
is.
risk,
Well,
you know,
and we know this because of during the first election in 2016, there was a 13-year-old girl who had a lawsuit against the one in Washington, and he made it go away. He made it go away.
Yeah,
And
I
he
bet
did that with a lady in Scotland. He tried to do that with a lady in Scotland where he had told her she needed to move. Remember that?
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
I beg.
No.
So for his golf course thing, is that why
It
she
was
had to move?
he has his golf course there, and she had this piece of land on it, and he cut off her water. He wanted her to sell it to him and leave, and she didn't want to leave. It was her home, and
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
she cut off her water. And one day, somebody had I think the police put a secret recording on her or something, and he's in the front seat with somebody else, and he's saying, you really need to sell me this because, you know, very bad things can happen if you don't. Very bad, very bad. You're being ridiculous. And oh yeah, I saw that on a show a long time ago. But so it's not just some things. It's almost everything. So it's really, really
That's
tough.
crazy how they can get bullied like that just because somebody has a lot of money. That's not acceptable behavior.
Did she pass away? I don't think so. I think she did not. I think she's still there, but I'm not 100% sure, Linda. But I know she wasn't going to leave. Yeah. Oh, her brother found her at home. Okay, hon. All right, Charlie. Yeah. Oh, he is the devil. You're right. You're right, Wildflower. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Nobody's Girl. Nobody's Girl is by Virginia Giuffre, Barbara, and it is about the girl that was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. And she moved to Australia finally and was able to have some kind of a life. She ended up having 3 children. So she got married and stuff. Yeah, we are still fighting for justice, Mary. You're absolutely right. I can't believe you're reading the same stuff. That's so funny. Yeah.
I think it just shows how connected we are, even though it's not,
I guess
we're
so.
in different parts of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think many of us in our community are connected in that sense as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really hard because we're being victimized by psyops effectively by key people that own media stations, by the ownership and the weirdness of government and how it's
Yeah.
not really
Yeah. And the
for
bots,
the people by
there's
the
so many
people anymore.
bots that are fighting us, and they're not real people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's now more important than ever. And I know I keep banging on about it. That's a saying in New Zealand that when you keep repeating yourself over and over the importance of something, but
Oh,
self
yeah.
care,
No, absolutely. Yeah,
so important. Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
And I I I realized I always have a hard time in the fall semester because I teach so many classes and stuff. But I had gotten the news that when on my 70th birthday celebration time, I had a kidney stone, and that was wonderful. I had to go in and have that
Ow.
checked out at the hospital while I'm on vacation. So I'm in
Did they
there.
drug you up? Did they give you meds for the pain? Because those are
They
painful,
finally did,
apparently.
yeah. They finally did,
Okay,
and
good.
and I
Thank God.
believe I ended up passing the stone the next day. It's so
Okay.
small you can hardly see these things, honestly. Usually,
Yeah.
usually.
Oh, wow.
So I had to do a follow up with. My dogs are fighting again. I had to do a follow up with a urologist, and because they had
Mhm.
taken a ultrasound of the area, and at the time he said, "You got another kidney stone in there that's bigger, and it's way embedded in there, but eventually it will probably come down." And I thought, gee whiz. And the last time I had surgery for a kidney stone, it's very weird what they do and how you have to deal with the aftermath. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, gosh.
So the
I'm
doctor
sorry.
called me Wednesday, I think it was, and told me,
Mhm.
yeah, you got a kidney stone in there that's 1 centimeter, which is way too big to ever pass. You would be in misery. You would have to have it in. So you're going to have it taken out. So I have to go back in and have surgery the day before Christmas.
When
Yeah.
what? Christmas Eve? Who does
Well,
that?
I know it's an outpatient. You get to go home afterwards.
But still, that's fine for them. They're able to go home and have fun, and you're sitting there in agony trying to. Yeah, I'd like to try those mashed potatoes, but it hurts too much. Or
Uh, uh,
or give me a lot more of that wine, thanks. I don't want to feel anything.
well, I figured too. I
Right?
better get it in. They said I could do it after January something, but
No,
I
you
thought,
need to
what
get
if
it done.
I need to get
Yeah,
it
you're
done?
at the whim of the system, aren't you?
I am, and
You're
not only that, but it could release any day, and then I'd be screwed. So I, want to get
well,
it done before it
you
releases.
just go straight to the hospital,
Oh
and
yeah, I will. They
nothing
already
is
know
worth
they already know
more
what's
than your
there.
health.
Take it out. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, so
Yeah.
that wasn't
Good
good.
grief.
And then I did all the
Sorry.
grading, and I ended up with my fibro flare, which I'm still feeling very tired from.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, yeah, self-care. Yeah, yeah.
Is
So he
that
brought
an
me home.
autoimmune thing, the fibromyalgia? Is that autoimmune? Okay.
It is.
You know
Yeah.
what's interesting? I would love to do a survey and find out how many people here actually have autoimmune things, because not until I hit menopause did I just get stricken with autoimmune everything.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, hypothyroidism it started out with, or
Okay.
Hashimoto's for some people.
Yeah.
And then it went into, it's all gut stuff, which I know is
Uh-huh.
all directly
You do
related
it,
to the
Anita?
emotional stuff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
colitis things. Oh, you
Yeah.
happen to be celiac too, which I probably was my whole life, but nobody freaking
Nobody knew
figured
it.
that one out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they didn't do diagnosis for kids in the 60s and 70s, which I'm dating myself. I'm
Yeah. Well,
58 now. So,
and-
yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
crazy. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
just take it
It's no
easy.
pleasure.
And
And I know that there's at least 5 or 6 people that either have lupus,
thyroid.
a
Yeah,
thyroid
this is
issue. Yeah,
wrong. We need to strike the medical system because there's a complete bias towards looking at
that's
males
right.
and then taking those male things and whacking them onto females when we're totally different ecosystems. Thank you very much. I have a
Right.
thing or two to say about that, but I'm
Uh-huh.
just sorry, Allie. Okay, just let
Yeah.
us know what you need, and we'll
Oh,
throw
yeah. No,
love
it's
and
fine.
healing.
It's
We'll
fine.
throw
Yeah.
love and healing around you at the time. Okay, just keep us posted.
There's
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people I know that are going in for surgery as well during December, and
Mm.
so I will definitely put up
Ah,
a prayer
Yeah.
thing for
Okay.
everybody at that time.
Yeah.
But now Mary's saying there's burglaries. She's near the Cincinnati, Ohio area.
Oh,
3 houses
gosh.
robbed in a storage unit, and someone stole a trailer. Everybody is getting desperate. They're getting completely
What
desperate. They're going to try to find
is that?
ways.
Lack
It's
of food, or just ways of trying to get money, or just all
probably
of it?
both. Yeah. But I don't even think the snap has been released. Some have been released in the states that released them. They backed up the snap for that particular group of people. But there are some that they're still waiting on to. And when you're hungry, and especially you got kids, and the elderly are all by themselves, they need to have they need their food. Yeah. It's horrible. Good idea, Anita. Thank you, dear. You've had it your entire life. You've had autoimmune. Oh, I'm glowing today. Well, you're a sweetheart. I think it's the lighting. And I do have this beautiful candle right next to me. Maybe that's
Which is, oh, there you go. That's your glow one.
That's a Palo Santo and patchouli in it. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah. Now I get clouds, so I'll look light and dark when the clouds pass over. I've got natural light here, so I'll be brighter sometimes than not.
Amanda's got the flu.
Oh.
I just got my flu shot, but I haven't gotten my other COVID shot yet. So here we go again. Your friend on SSDI got his SNAP benefits. I'm glad to hear that, dear. Was that really, though, Ferguson doing that, or did he get it from the federal government? I'm just wondering. Yeah, bills like electric and phone, sell the stolen good and pay the bills. Isn't that awful? Oh, thyroid you've had. Okay. Wow. We'll share. You're a cutie. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. So, we're not trying to bring the vibe down here at all.
No, not
Actually,
at all.
it's the best thing. Keith had to go and train one of the animals today at the Petco place. And I said, I can't drink coffee. It's just not doing it for me. And iced tea. So he got me a wonderful, warm London fog. Have you ever had a London fog?
It's a tea? Is it a tea?
It's Earl Grey tea,
Yeah,
and vanilla and
Ooh,
creamer. And
that sounds nice.
it's delicious. Yes.
What about matchas? Anybody do matcha? I just discovered that. I'm a little slow to the. I'm slow to the punch.
I like
here,
the
guys,
cold
but-
better. I like the
Yeah,
cold.
I like the cold. I tried it, a mango version of it.
Oh yeah, and there's a
bad
lavender version. You could put lavender.
Oh
in it.
wow!
Oh, it's
Wow,
really good.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yes, Starbucks. Yep. Even though Starbucks is, and I don't blame them. They're on strike. Some of them are, because they won't let them unionize. And I'm all union, so I get it.
That's interesting, Anya. I think you're right. I think having had that, something flipped a switch in my body after that. Not just after that, but probably in the last year with extreme amounts of stress. You know that 3 stressors are divorce, buying a house, and then death. I think are the 3 major ones in life. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's have a party.
Right.
Yeah,
have a party. That's what we really should do instead. We should have
autoimmune party.
And Mary, no, I know you're not trying to be spreading fear. I wasn't blaming you, honey. I was talking about my kidney and all that stuff. That's what I was meant by that. No. It's not you.
I mean, it shows that we're human.
Yeah.
We're all human here. Our souls having a human experience. And some days I think, why on God's green earth did my soul sign up for this? I have a word to say with you when I get to the other side, Yeah,
right. Yes. Swampy, you're right. It's made with bergamot, and it's just so good.
Oh, yummy. I have to try that. Yeah.
I haven't tried Lady Grey. I suppose I could. Is that just, bergamot is from Italian citrus. All right.
Yummy.
And Mary Suzanne. Mary Suzanne is here from off the coast of Spain in the Canary Islands. So,
lovely.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's supposed to be beautiful there.
So many places, so little time.
Yeah, I know. Bring on lottery or whatever.
You gave up alcohol in 3 stages. First was colored, then bye-bye vodka. And now you just drink wine occasionally. You know what I had to do? I had to give it. I wasn't a big drinker. I was in college, but after that, I wasn't so bad. But every time that I had any kind of a drink, and I didn't like beer, wine was okay. But if I had like a rum and Coke and I wanted to relax, I found out that all of my muscles in my neck and shoulders must have been tense all the time, because the minute I had alcohol, it released the tension and it felt like someone was pushing down my shoulders. And I didn't like that feeling at all. It was awful. And I said, I'm never going to do this again. And I just stopped just like that. I don't even care. I don't miss it. Certainly saved me a lot of money. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's really interesting. And the seasons that our bodies endure over a lifetime, right? And I just find I value my sleep more.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
but I've become one of those really crazy early morning birds. So I'm into bed even before it's nighttime outside half the time. And then
Okay.
I'm up at
Well,
4
yeah,
in the
you do get up
morning.
early. Yeah.
I get up
Yeah.
at 4, but I like to meditate and have my me time. And then after that, if it's a day, I go to the local gym and I go to the pool there. So before
Uh-huh.
work, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it just gets my
Yeah.
head on straight. If I don't have that exercise, my thinking's not clear. I don't feel
Wow.
good and settled or in my heart and soul deeply enough.
Mhm.
You know what I mean for work?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
When I was walking, I felt that way. If I missed a day of walking, I felt I
Mm.
had that guilt thing going on. But then I
Yeah,
ended up
yeah.
hurting my feet, so I couldn't walk at all. So I'm that's what I am at times, very extreme, going from one extreme to the next. So
That's all
not a
right.
fun
But I
thing.
mean, at least you know what works for your body in that moment in time, which is
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
very true. That's true. So you
Yeah.
had borderline lupus, your hair fell out. Oh my God, you went to medical acupuncture and a special diet, and finally it grew back, and blood work looks good. Wow, Mary, that's that's incredible. I did not know that was even one of the things that happened when somebody had lupus, that they would lose their hair like that. Huh.
That's really interesting. I heard through an acquaintance at work, someone who actually, I didn't realize it could be a life or death thing with lupus. But in this person who passed away, it was a life and death thing.
Oh,
And the person unfortunately passed and was in her 30s, had a young
oh,
child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the underlying condition, which didn't help what happened to her. I don't know.
sure.
You know,
Sure.
I didn't
Yeah.
wanna go into details, but
No, I
it
know. I
you
know.
know,
Yeah.
but I was just like, "Oh my gosh." You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and why were women so beholden to all this autoimmune stuff later on in life? What
Yeah.
flips the switch in the body?
And somebody's saying maybe COVID opened up that doorway, and it makes sense in
Mhm.
some regard, because it brought everybody's immune systems down, down, down.
Compromise. Everybody's
Oh yeah,
compromised now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Even if you've recovered from the symptomology of it. I mean,
Right.
long
And I know
everybody
two or
knows
three.
someone that was impacted by it,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
negatively like
know. Very good friend of mine for a number of years. She's got to be probably your age, or maybe a couple of years older than you.
mhm.
And she got the COVID the first time, and she lived in Georgia. So there wasn't like that. People didn't talk about it at
Yeah,
the time.
people weren't
And
wearing masks.
she's got long COVID so bad that if she takes out her garbage to the corner of the street, she's in bed for 3 days, because that exercise and she had to lose her job. She was a teacher, and it took her like 3 years to get on disability, just a lot
Mm,
of stuff like that. And I just feel so
yeah,
bad, because there's no end in sight. It's like it's just something she has to live with, according to her and her doctors.
that's
Hmm. Yeah, I
now
know.
this is where I would get if I were a scientist, I'd be hooking into AI machine type learning to look at people and try to find underlying causes and try to analyze it. That's what I would do if I had that kind of money.
Hmm.
I would
Hmm.
use artificial intelligence to get profiles and
Hmm.
all the things that science people do, STEM people do.
Absolutely,
I'm a social
absolutely.
scientist, so it's a little different,
Yeah.
but
So long-term
uh,
heart and lung. Yeah, I believe that.
yeah,
I love this, Donna, and I think it's
yeah.
true that we are more in tune with our body than men. I do agree with you. And men, if men have something wrong, and this is general, of course, not every man, but they don't want to go to the doctor. And it took
I
that long,
know. What
that
is
long.
it?
he had to be over 65 years old to say, okay, that's what it took. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the problem is, but all these things could have been alleviated had they just gone and had it checked out. You know, I don't know.
Or diminished because they got onto
Yeah.
it right away, right?
Right.
So it didn't get. Case in point, really dear friend of mine, male, had this thing on his arm, thought it was a
Yeah.
wart.
Uh-huh.
Well, it turned out to be not. It was a cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
A whole year journey later and all the medical stuff. He's okay now. But I'm like, dude, had you sorted that out right away,
Yeah. Go and just check on it. Check on
no,
it. That's
not
all.
going.
Just oh, I know. I
Even
know.
with us telling him, all of
Uh-huh.
us, you gotta
No,
get on top of
it
it, mate. You
doesn't
gotta
matter.
look at it.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
And then,
that's what
I
I
should have
do.
listened. I should have
Yeah.
listened to you though later,
Yeah, well, the thing they say here is, "She'll be right, mate." Means that'll be okay. Don't worry about it. She'll be right. She'll be right.
Should be
I'm
right.
like, my arms come off. She'll be right, mate. I'm like, oh my god.
There's a
That's
few
what
here
medical
that say
people are
the
for.
same thing. I remember when my dad died, a friend of mine's husband came over and go, "You'll be all right. You're going to be all right." I know, but right now I'm
What
not.
kind of platitude is that? I'm like, you don't know what I'm going through. You have no
I know.
idea,
I know.
But yeah, I mean, they just that's for them, really, right?
Yeah.
They're telling you how they want you to, their perception of how they want you to recover from the thing, right?
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. That's
You'll be
right.
okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. And
That's
Anita,
really
I'm
for the
sorry
person
to hear
saying that. Yeah.
that you lost your friend and who had lost her mother at 38 years old. Oh my God, that's awful. I
I
remember
didn't
when I
know
worked,
lupus was that lethal. I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure it has complications. Our dear friend
Yeah.
Carolyn Booker, she had an autoimmune and then she got Sjögren's disease and all of these things all led to, because she just passed a couple of months
Yeah.
ago. And
remember hearing about that. I was sorry to hear that. I
yeah,
loved her.
I know. And,
But
so I
she's
don't.
having a party on the other side, so not to worry
Oh,
about her. She's
are you kidding? That woman is amazing. She's whoop-de-doo over there. She's probably singing with Harry, what's his name? Her friend that sang, not Harry Chapin.
okay.
Oh God, it's the other Harry Nielsen. The
Oh,
one
okay,
that sang,
cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Take
Anyway.
care, Debbie. Have a nice one. Enjoy your granddaughter.
Oh, good.
That's sweet.
Grandkids
Yeah.
are great. There you go.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So you brought up the dreaded word, and I'd like to talk a little bit about that topic. So I'm going to
Sure.
bring it back up in a minute.
Which
When
word
you win
was
the
that?
lottery, you're going to hook up. Oh, Mary, you remember me too, Mary? I'll even drive over to Ohio to get it. How about that? Yeah. Oh, it takes years to pass from lupus. I would think so. Yeah, I think you can
Okay.
really, but yeah.
You can really
So
hammer your body.
Anne brought up the dreaded word. Well, actually, it's two words consolidated into two initials, which is A and I.
Oh, artificial intelligence, not academic integrity. Sorry, my brain goes there. Sorry.
Well, those are the binary oppositions.
I know.
Those are the binary opposites. Absolutely. And if you were deconstructing, academically speaking, AI would be a binary opposition. So I'm seeing a lot of people becoming more and more fearful, including my own daughter, actually.
Oh, really?
Some of her clients, my daughter's a marriage counselor, or not actually, she counsels people with narcissistic parents and siblings and people going through grief. She counsels those two kinds of people.
That's pretty intense work.
Pretty intense work, not pleasant at all, I'm sure. And it's no wonder she kind of stays in the doldrums at times. But anyway, that was her choice. And but she said that people are telling her they don't need to come to her anymore because AI can do it.
Oh, yes. And there's also been cases, where people listen to their AI boyfriend or girlfriend and done themselves down and so there's actually lawsuits. There's actually a lot of that. Yeah, I get that. So AI is really interesting because the growth rate of it, the large language models, right? So there's machine AI, right? There's
Mhm.
artificial general intelligence, which is like the Skynet from Terminator, the movie, where the AI can take over the world and dystopian stuff.
Right,
And then
right.
there's large language models AI, which is what we're using. Most people are using like what
Most people. Okay.
famously Chat GPT or famously
Mhm.
Claude or
Mhm.
famously there's bazillion others, Perplexity, whatever you want to use. Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, I understand that, and those chatbots don't replace. They aren't going to. The third most protected from the World Economic Forum. I just came back from a conference and we were talking about
Okay.
AI. It was a World Conference in
Okay.
Wellington. There are people from Europe, from the
Yep.
UAE, Dubai. There are people
Mhm.
from Northern America, Canada, American. There are people from Australasia, everywhere. So it
Yeah.
was a really fascinating conference, and everyone's worried about AI, but we're also the experts. And we have to remember that we are, and we can harness and work with it in different ways. And so it's
Right, right.
fundamentally changing education on all levels. But World Economic Forum, this is a recent stat, the third most protected job is to be an early childhood educator, because AI is not going to teach the nuances of how to be a good person to people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
ethical
right,
AI.
Amanda. She is the one for ethical AI. Absolutely. She is.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is. Um,
So so I'm
but
all over it, like, flies
yeah,
on butter
I'm
or
really
whatever.
thrilled to hear that you went to that conference because
Yeah.
there are lots of us that are, I've used it for different
Mhm.
things and I've found it to be very good. But
Yeah.
and when we've had discussions in our faculty meetings, um, one of the things that stands out the most is that it's good to teach them how to use it correctly,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
that if that they first need to master their own writing, and then they can use it as a tool to help them later. And
Yeah.
that's why for us teachers who have taught or been in education for years and years feel as though we can call upon it to help us to cut corners because we're doing other things, because we already know how to do that job. We can write
Yeah.
papers, we know how to research, we know everything about it. And so, but it's a hard sell to some of the students. So in the beginning of the year, I said, no AI, none, zero.
Yeah.
And I can tell. So don't
Yeah, of
even
course you
bother.
can. You can
Yeah.
read it in their voices, and you've taught long enough, you know what kind of level of
Hmm.
writing is expected for that particular
Hmm.
student group of students or student cohort and that year level that you're looking at and that you're grading, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does, Donna. But I also think
Hmm.
industry leaders, this is where you get at the tertiary or university level or vocational level, what skill sets do graduates need to be able to be brought on board at those companies with those AI? And it's going to
Uh-huh.
be different because they're different AI for different subject matters, for
I
different,
think that's the confusion,
disciplines.
though, Anne. I do.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
he's laying off 3,000 people at the first of the year at Amazon and replacing them with AI.
Yeah, I know. Well, and see, that's the fear mongering part. I'd like to
Uh-huh.
take that and pick it apart and say, okay, what needs to be automated with AI
Uh-huh.
versus where's the human connection in the whole thing? Because they have to give you a pretty good case. Let's see,
Yeah.
YouTube short where college professor actually losing his shit, screaming at students to stop using chat. Yeah, I know. But you also have to understand too, Anya, is the establishment as we know it, the old school establishment is getting challenged by this stuff left, right, and center. So I
Uh-huh.
think
Yeah.
they have to look at how they're going to use it and be able to be adaptable and changeable. But
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
the intellectual capacity of those professors and researchers, because when you get, as you guys know, when you get to university, you've got your researchers who are out there doing all this new schools of thought who aren't necessarily good teachers for the students.
Right.
And
Right.
then you usually get different teaching staff teaching the students, kind of the ones at the coal face of teaching, if you will. Okay. So
Right.
some universities are known for their research universities, and
Right.
those big professors
Yep.
with the big names get the big grants and all that,
Yep.
other stuff, which is cool. So it's very kind of a complex environment to be in.
Hmm.
And some people are fundamentally getting challenged and throwing their toys out of the cot, or throwing their toys out of the crib, saying, I don't like this AI, no one's allowed to
Uh-huh.
use it.
Uh-huh.
They have to. It's everywhere, and now it's not even detectable in cheating systems for us when we mark grades. So other than the voice of the writing, as you know, Allie, you can
Yeah.
tell
Mm-hmm.
by the presence of the
Mm-hmm.
student when they participate in a class
Mm-hmm.
versus their voice when they're writing. It'll be a
Yeah.
little bit different, but if there's such a distinctive difference, you know that that was
Right.
cheating.
Yeah. I've had
Yeah.
people, say things
Mhm.
like, with this determination,
Yeah.
the fossilized remains of the pterodactyl, blah blah blah. Well, you don't know all those words. You don't know them, and so, but what I think I wanted to say was the first paper that I had, I decided to do. I've done over and over. They have to write a very short essay on a visual piece. The visual can be like
Yeah.
a album cover of a record. It could be a painting. It can be anything you want, or a little
Yeah.
clip of a show.
Yeah.
And Rosie the Riveter, you know who she is. She's the one,
Yes, I do. I've got her on my keychain. I
everybody
love it.
knows who Rosie is. Anyway, I
Yeah.
got 6 Rosie the Riveter papers, exactly word for word. Now, where
Well,
would that ever happen?
yeah, exactly. So you bring them in the room, and I
Yeah.
guess you need to pick it apart why they made those choices. But
Yeah, they made me take that to academic integrity. That's why I
did
laughed when you
they?
said that. Yes. And it was their determination whether or not that it was not mine, their determination as to whether or not this was cheating.
That's
And
crazy. That's
Mhm,
nuts. Okay.
mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
I
Yeah,
have a lot of words to say to that board.
I know. I know. But I didn't know what to do with it. I can't in good graces give them all a passing grade for something that looks copied,
No, no, of course
especially
not.
since they were all the same. But
Mm.
they're like, yeah, you fail them and then you send them over to academic integrity. And I'm like, and the dean tells me to do that. I can't not do it or I'll be in trouble.
No, you have to
So,
do what the dean tells you.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Donna,
that's crazy.
I teach at the college level, but I get some juniors and seniors in high school in my classes that are on this thing called Running Start, so they can get dual credit for high school and college. And by the time they graduate, they already have 2 years of college behind them, which is a wonderful thing. But they
Mhm.
really need more scrutiny,
Yeah, they do, and they need to get to that.
scrutiny, before they get let into these things. Because a lot of them, this one kid, he sends me the value of a swastika, and
Read
that
the
was just,
room, mate. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah,
Good grief.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that's
yeah,
one of the valuable lessons I learned was read the room, look at your professors, see what their political leanings are, and know that you aren't
yeah.
going to write a paper in any opposing belief without really serious justification, but they'd still probably grade you really low just for your choice of topic, right? So you always kind of pair it and sway whatever your writing is to that.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, the interesting thing was that it was you're supposed to say what it's supposed to be enough of a visual where you're saying
Hmm.
what it is, the colors, the emotions it brings. Is it
Hmm.
logical? Is it, is it an emotive piece, whatever? And he was just putting a symbol up and saying this is the symbol, and then he gives me the history of it, which is not visual. He just read
No,
something. So anyway, yeah, some people
that's
don't even get it.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Sorry to hear about that, Allie. But
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know, don't worry, the rest of the world is grappling with AI, all the academics. I mean, we're
Okay.
talking in the Middle East, in Europe, in Northern
Yeah.
America, in Australasia. Everyone, we're all simultaneously,
Yeah.
regardless of your age, regardless of what year of school you are, even if you're in kindy, well,
Yeah.
maybe not
Yeah.
that young, but a little bit older. um where everyone's learning it at the same time, and everyone is trying to figure out how best to leverage it to augment who they are and their skill sets are for employability, really. So
Yeah.
it's okay. I do believe it's going to be okay. There are things that we can do. I do think class sizes, if they're going to be in person, need to be smaller. I mean, there's some fundamental changes that need to happen,
I
which
agree.
is fine. I mean, anytime change happens, there's fear, right?
Well, that's what happened in 2000. Remember, we all thought that the internet was going to break.
Computers are going to die.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be
yeah.
fear mongering. It reminds me of Elvis Presley, and all the parents thought everyone would be a degenerate after watching him dance. And then it was the Beatles, and then it was this. It's always some new thing. The thing with this is that I was not aware of the different components of it until you just mentioned it. I thought it was all one thing. And I didn't know.
They're
Okay.
different and even more sophisticated. The LLMs, the whole subset of because think about it, companies are out there to try to make their money and become the big thing.
Right.
Which is, there's heaps of small LLMs, large language models. Okay. So what that means, guys, is it predicts the next word as you type it. Okay. So it's a big prediction tool. And so if you ask it a question, then it learned off the internet. All these people that were training these LLMs basically skimmed the internet, grabbed all that data, and taught those LLMs off that data, which is now a massive series of lawsuits in Silicon Valley at the moment. Every major every LLM company is being sued because people's data was taken to teach them from.
Yeah.
So there's that. But guess what? The latest news is they're running out of data for them to learn on.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. So I think people are going to say, is there going to be a dot bomb or a dot whatever with LLMs? Probably a little bit. The market will. But it's still super valuable in many ways. I mean, all of you guys, especially in the States, you have really great medical. When you do get it, you got the top of the line. There's a lot of artificial intelligence looking at your lab slides. It's being verified by humans, but a lot of the initial analyses are going through AI tools to review them and to see, oh, that's a broken. No, that's not. Or, hey, that blood vessel's wonky, or whatever the image.
So they're using the right system, so GIGO doesn't come in, because that there can be stuff put in that are garbage, and that's what you get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so this is the Wild West of AI, and it's okay. And I just say give it a go and experiment with it if you haven't tried it. The LLM side. I wouldn't do the large data learning stuff, the mathematical stuff. That's not my gig, but it might be yours. The other stuff that it's really awesome. Well, the artificial general intelligence, the robots that goes rogue kind of thing. I mean, it could happen, but yeah,
So I'm with you, Colorado hippie hiker. I have a cap of 24 students in each of my composition 101 classes, which is about, it should be probably somewhere around 15 that would be sustainable for me. And I have 5 of those classes. And so you can see how they cram these people in. And it is hard when you've got a student writing to you. I had a student write me, and she said, can you please tutor me? I would love to hire you as a tutor. I said, no, I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't tutor. And anyway, so I totally get it. And I know you've been an educator for a very long time. And so they have been dumbing us down, and we do have crap statistics. And that one of those reasons, Mary, is because they require that the teacher teaches to a test, the standardized tests. And I remember when I lived in Texas, that if you had your students, I think it was 4th grade and 8th grade, and if they took the test and they did not do well, you were fired. And if the school didn't do well, then the administration was fired. Like if 4 or 5 or whatever amount percentage did not do well in those tests. So you're putting everything on the onus of all of this on the teacher in the classroom, and basically memorize this stuff so you can take a test so that I can stay working. So the pressure, that's why I would never ever want to teach in the public school systems. I don't care for it. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, you've been missing for a while. I know you have been missing, but you've been doing. I did get your email that you were doing Colorado hippie hiker, that you were striking, I believe, and I hope that worked out for you and your group.
Yeah, I hope
And
so too. That's awful. But I mean,
mhm.
teachers are pretty good. We have problems with in New Zealand. I think it's worldwide too. I mean, the different
Mhm.
teacher associations have been going on strike a lot because they want pay parity and all that kind of
Why
stuff
not?
and better
Yeah,
rights.
why
Yeah,
not?
the class
Yeah,
sizes are too big. I'll tell you that right now. My kids were
yeah.
victims of large class sizes.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
And you fall through the cracks. And I
Yep,
wouldn't have known
and
this,
that
but
happened. Hmm.
my niece at the time when she was living here, she taught like I don't know if it was the slower kids that helped them to do study skills and things like that. I think it was, or kids that were maybe troublesome. I don't remember which one, but she had a kid who threw the F word at her all the time. I want you to F and do my homework. And they wanted her to do the homework for them. They did.
Wow.
And she said they're passing these people with F's. They're passing them. They're giving them their graduating tools. And if you keep doing that, then you're just going to have a whole bunch of dummies out there that don't know how to settle down and do the work. It's really, really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Um, he,
Linda, I was born in '67, so I'm a Gen Xer. I'm 58. So
my
I do
daughter is
have gray hair coming, and you can't see it, but it's coming.
now. See, my daughter's 10 years younger than you, and she's going through perimenopause. But she
Okay. Well,
was born
wow.
in 77. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Your child is struggling or already proficient. They may be systematically deprioritized. Oh, I
Yeah.
believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
that the way that
homeschooling's a thing here. They do
is it?
homeschooling here. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
a lot of it, because parents are fed up with the whole. But I mean, you have to have one parent working from home full time, and you're on one income as a family, right? So
Yeah,
how is that even? People do it. They
I've
manage,
done
but
it.
it's not
I've done it.
easy.
I homeschooled my
Yeah.
son for 2 years and
Mm.
worked. And he was very good,
Wow.
though. I could leave him. I mean, he was 10 or 11. I could leave him
Okay.
and he would do his work. And, if I
Mm.
had to go in early or whatever. But, oh, Anya, you graduated from high school in 1968. Well, honey, we
Uh-uh.
all
No
we
girlfriend.
all have different ages and different stages, and we're all perfect. Just,
Yeah, I
I
think,
hear that a lot.
yeah.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's okay. Sorry,
so this
I don't
is
mean to make any be ageist in any way or make anybody feel
no,
anything.
you aren't.
Okay.
You aren't. Honey. You aren't.
Actually, I'm the old one in my team, which is hilarious because I'm
Oh,
like,
that
"Good
is
idea. I
hilarious.
remember before computers, we just stayed
Yeah.
out all night until it was dark for dinner." They're like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
just the blank faces, and I'm like, "It's not that long ago."
I
Come
know.
on.
I think it's interesting that Mary Susan says in Spain,
Oh, that's
homeschooling
it.
isn't allowed.
Wow.
That's very interesting. Your son graduated in 23. No, they stopped teaching cursive here in the United States
That's
back.
crazy. Well, they did
My
that here
son did it.
too.
Okay. Really?
I had to
Yeah.
teach my son. He also went to a special needs school because my son has special needs. So,
Uh-huh. Yep.
but I had to teach him, and we practiced
Mhm.
over and over. But now he can write a signature. But I
How
had
do
to
you
do
write a
it.
signature if you don't know how to do cursive? And
Well, you have
I've
to
had
have a
people,
signature. That's a life
I've had
skill.
people do that. They come in and they'll print their name. Well, I can do
Yeah, I'm
that.
like, that's
Yeah.
not a signature. How do you sign a
Mhm.
document?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. It's unbelievable.
Anyway,
Um,
yeah.
wow. You like the days of doing math the long way and then a calculator. They wouldn't let me use a calculator when
Now
I
they want everybody to have calculators. That my daughter had it in her, I don't know what class they were doing, but they were doing calculus and all kinds of crazy stuff. And they're mathematical calculators. So you hit a function and then there's a whole nother set of buttons to do other buttony things. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I would just melt.
Mhm.
My brain would go, boo, boom. Not that great.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, this has been a delight. We're a little bit over
Thank
the
you.
over the hour, but hopefully we'll be able to come back at least once a month. We've said that so many
Yeah,
times and
I
bullshit has happened,
know.
but
Sorry, guys.
yeah,
Sorry,
but
everybody.
no, it's not just with you. It's with me. It's with everything.
It, it's
But
just life at the moment. It's
I'm
kind of
kind
nuts.
of backing off in December. So the first of the year, I'm
Oh,
hoping to
good.
pick back up and
Yeah.
do some stuff with everybody. I just
Yeah.
need that break when
You need to
December
have
10th.
downtime.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Take care of
Um,
yourself, Allie, and everybody
uh-huh.
here. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming along. But
Oh yeah.
make sure you have some self care time in there. And all the
Absolutely.
educators out there. And I know those who have the title and don't have the title but are still educators, mothers,
Yeah.
aunties, cousins, whatever, take
Mhm.
care of yourselves. It's a
You
crazy
know,
time right now.
again, you cannot, there's two metaphors. You cannot drink from a cup that's empty because you give it to everybody else. And the other thing is, if you're on the plane and they tell you to put your oxygen mask off, you have to put it on yourself first before you put it on your infant, because you
Yep.
don't want to pass out and both of you not have oxygen. So
Right.
make sure and
Exactly.
use those metaphors in order. Well, it doesn't surprise me that you cannot strike in Florida, Barb. Can't do anything in Florida, really.
What?
Yeah.
What happened to Florida? And that's
Oh,
another episode.
that
I
just
don't
say
know.
that's like a week-long.
Florida is such a
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful, amazing
it
state.
is. I've lived there and I love
Mm.
it there, but I couldn't live there anymore. So it's
Yeah,
just got
no, fair enough.
restrictions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a
Mm.
beautiful Saturday, and Anne, it's Sunday in
Thank
New
you.
Zealand, and also Nat
Yes.
Milo in Australia. Happy Sunday to you as well.
Go
We'll see you again soon.
Aussie.
All righty.
Lots of
Bye-bye,
love,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you so much.